Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Now I want to talk about what I want to do is kind of tie everything together on this video. And I've always said the number one thing in anything is attitude. If you don't have the proper attitude, you can't do anything. And what we talk about, morals, good strong morals, taking personal responsibility, those are done by having the proper attitude. So, in other words, when you have the proper attitude, you can do anything, anything in the world. And so what you need to be looking at is how to get yourself in the proper attitude in anything that you're getting involved in. Now, in this particular video, I want to talk about the attitude of defending yourself. Okay, the first thing, what do we talk about? Personal responsibility. Okay, you have a responsibility to defend yourself, unless you want to give that responsibility to police, or get on your cell phone and call 911, or I don't know. I don't know, because all of those are foreign to me, because I take that responsibility for myself. Now, and then if you haven't figured out by now, I take that responsibility of taking care of myself on all levels. But we're talking about self-defense. Okay, so you got the self-defense thing. So in other words, personal responsibility. You learn something. Learn how. Really, the best thing to do. Okay, the first thing I use is my brain. The first thing for defending myself. So, and I've got hundreds of videos out there. You tie those together, you're going to see it's right in here. You got to use your brain first. Then I use my physical attributes, what I have, my strength, not my weaknesses, my physical strengths. So I have people, I'm old, I'm in a wheelchair, I'm this, I'm that. You have to figure out what it is for you. What can you do? Maybe a firearm is the way to go. I don't know. I say, to me, the first thing is my brain, but my brain tells me I better know how to use my hands, because I don't always have weapons available. So then I've learned to use my hands, and then, like I say, different pieces of equipment that I use to defend myself. So I have to be capable of using this, whether it's my equipment or something that I'm going to take away from someone else. That's why I say, you pull a knife on me, I'm probably going to take it away from you. And what you need to be concerned about is what I'm going to do with it after I get it away from you. So, it's the same thing applies to firearms. If you pull a firearm on me, and I don't have a firearm, I need your firearm. So, but that's why I have to learn different pieces of equipment. Okay, so you need to learn that. We know we need to learn something. Okay, the next thing is the moral strength. You have to understand you've got that moral responsibility to take care of yourself. The policeman has no moral responsibility over you. If he did, he'd be walking next to you all the time with his gun, all ready for you. But he's got no moral responsibility. That's his job. And his job really is to make a report after something happens to you. So you're right back to, you have to have the attitude of knowing you have that responsibility. Now, in some religions, some cultures, some ways of being brought up, they don't realize that they have a moral responsibility to take care of themselves. They have been brought up to be weak. And so they have to change their attitude. And like I say, So, and that's why it falls into self-defense. Self-defense is the easiest part when it comes to defending yourself, because you have the moral responsibility. That's why policemen, military, bandits, whatever kind of bad guy you're going to mess with, they are not doing it because they have a moral responsibility. It's their job or something. They're going to benefit out of it, financially probably some financial way they're going to benefit. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. I guess there is bullies. Now, they're going to benefit by messing with you just by making them think, hey, I'm tough. Look at that. I was able to mess with this guy. So that's not 100%. They don't always do it for money. But like I say, a lot of times it's their job. So, but when it comes to self-defense, it's not a job. There's no money involved. It's a responsibility that you have to yourself. Now, the more you prepare, the more you understand the whole aspect of self-defense, the whole lot easier it gets. And then whenever what it is, you're developing self-confidence is what you're doing. Like I say, I was able to do a lot of that stuff when I was young. And self-defense, I'm not saying it was a good thing. I'm just saying it's something I had to apply when I was young. So I was able to start building on it early on in life. And so you have to know and understand you've got that responsibility. You can't pass it off on anyone else. Self-defense is an attitude. When a situation is arising to me, I can see this is, 4, 5, 6 guys, and I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm going to have to defend myself. My attitude realizes there's getting ready to be some pain involved here. I want to do as much pain towards them and less pain for me, but there's going to be some pain. There's no way you're going to get out from underneath it. I've got a lot of broken bones. I've got a lot of messed up parts of my body, and I'm proud of every one of them, because every one of them meant that I stood for what I thought was right, and that gave me more strength. And like I say, it really gives me more power. And like I say, I know what I'm getting ready to get into. I am not going to bow down. That's where I was talking about, you see some trouble, you go over the other side of the street kind of stuff, and I don't do that kind of stuff. And the reason is I know what's getting ready to happen, and my attitude realizes that. And I thought it was kind of odd, because the older I get, there's less conflicts I'm getting into. And a lot of that is my attitude shows. And it's not like attitude, I'm a badass. I'm an attitude of confidence. I realize what's going to happen, and I am ready to face it. And the bad guys are thinking, now, why is he so comfortable about this? He should be spooked. And so a lot of times nothing really evolves from it. That's why I'm not going to cross the street. I'm learning to shy away. I am learning not to face conflict head on. Don't do it. I'm learning, hell with that. If there's going to be something, let's do it. If not, hey, have a nice day, move right on. No big deal. So attitude is the biggest thing you need to work on, and that applies to all levels of life and anything that you want to accomplish. Start with your attitude and start taking baby steps, learn what you need to do, and as you keep learning, your attitude will improve. And then when you are faced with whatever, it doesn't make any difference what it is, you will get through it. The physical part of self-defense, it will flow over to other aspects of life, because your confidence will build. all total. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.